You were in the hearings yesterday with Corey Lewandowski. I'm watching Corey Lewandowski, and even Democrats are today expressing their frustration, get owned by Corey Lewandowski. What page is that, Congressman? What page? Can you please refer to the page, the paragraph? Where is that, sir? So I can recall exactly what it is you're talking about.
Corey Lewandowski was very precise, and House Democrats looked like a dog that had chased a car and then caught it and then did not know what to do about it. Now, Sean, we know the radical left says terrible things about you and about me, but you should hear the things they're saying about one another.
You got 30 years to catch up.
Well, there you go. Well, but behind closed doors, we're seeing a true fissure in the Democratic Party. You've got moderate Democrats like Jared Huffman of New Jersey saying that it's a crazy idea to bring Corey Lewandowski forward, acknowledging that he whooped the Democrats. And even Anthony Brindisi, a New York Democrat, saying, look, if you're just a regular American, you're wondering how your insulin's going to get paid for, if you watch what the liberal Democrat mob is doing in Washington, D.C., it is demoralizing to regular Americans who just want to see a government working for them. I think this division among Democrats shows that they have a losing strategy, and it is consistent with all of the polling that says that the American people want us focused on immigration, border security, the key issues, and not a phony impeachment that is free of facts.
That would mean they'd have to give up their rage and hatred. Greg, Jared, you're watching this whole thing unfold here. It's a zoo, it's a circus, use whatever adjective you want to use here. But more importantly, what it is now harassment. Now, Corey Lewandowski has been before that committee twice. Correct me if I'm wrong, Congressman Matt Gaetz. He's been before the Senate committee. I think he spent 15 hours before Mueller's special counsel. At what point does this become harassment? At what point do people say, I'm pleading the fifth because you're setting me up for a perjury trap because I one itsy-bitsy thing that may contradict, even if it's a small fact, you're going to claim I'm lying, and now I'm going to be brought up on perjury charges?
Well, it's well beyond harassment now. That was a ship that sailed a long time ago. And speaking of that metaphor, this was Nadler's maiden voyage on impeachment, and it sank before it even got out of the harbor. I mean, you'd have to be incredibly obtuse to call Corey Lewandowski, of all people, as your very first witness. You're not going to get anything out of him. Of course you're not. He's already testified multiple times. He spoke with a special counsel. He hewed strictly to the statements he gave and the documents he gave to the special counsel. And yet, I heard legal commentators say, oh, this is, conclusive evidence now of obstruction of justice. In what legal world does that exist? You'd have to be ignoring the decision, not just of the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General, and the lawyers in the esteemed Office of Legal Counsel, not to mention all the DOJ lawyers who counseled Mueller throughout his long investigation, who concluded this does not establish obstruction of justice.
Greg, you've been a part of our coverage. You've been part of our ensemble cast from the get-go. Congressman, you've been up to your eyeballs doing great work along with Jim Jordan, Mark Meadows, Ratcliffe, and a few others. Question is here, we now have the evidence. There's no ambiguity here, as I've been saying all night. Do you have faith that they can literally charge their own? Because that's the big question. Congressman.
I've met with the Attorney General, and I have every confidence that he is going to faithfully apply the law. We've got serious frauds on the FISA court that I think we're going to be learning more about in the coming days. The real wild card, Sean, is will a grand jury inside the swamp of D.C. actually indict these people? I mean, frankly, why is it that when government officials that are supposed to be serving all Americans are accused of crimes, that they get home venue in Washington, D.C.? I feel like we ought to have these things venued like out in real America, not in the Beltway of Washington.
Being on trial in the Panhandle, you'd win. But Greg, we got only 30 seconds. Do you believe it will happen?
Yeah, I do believe it's going to happen. I think there'll be criminal referrals, and I think all of them are actionable in a criminal courtroom. When you deceive judges, when you conceal vital evidence, when you lie to the court, that's fraud, it's perjury, it's obstruction, false and misleading statements, and a whole host of other crimes. These people must be held accountable.
Thank you both.